All right, everyone, welcome to this really brief question and answer video. We just had a whole bunch of questions come in that weren't covered in the video from last week. And so I shot this quick video just to answer all those general questions, again, that we've received over the past 7 days or so. And just to refresh your memory, these are received after I send out this video showing you how to launch and scale your Amazon wholesale business without doing all the work, okay? And on the same page, you'll be able to see that entire video. Okay, and then again, if you recall from that last video, that's when I announced the wholesale blueprint, and that's a 12-week done-for-you mentorship program, okay? All right, but let's get into the Q&A because there were so many questions that just were not specific to any one person's situation, but I thought everyone else could benefit from them. And so the first question we got here is, would I need to get a warehouse to do your program? I live in an apartment, so I don't even have a garage I could work out of. Okay, good question. First of all, regarding the warehouse, you can continue to self-prep or you can use an FBA prep center, okay? Either one works. It doesn't matter really where you prep it, and it does not affect the program. But there is one suggestion I would make, however, and that is that you open an account with an FBA prep center that does not have any sign-up fees or no monthly fees. Because some suppliers will open accounts that have a commercial address. They want to see that commercial address. So when you go to fill out your application, you would put in your FBA prep center, again with no monthly fees. That would count as your commercial address. But then when you ask them to actually ship your orders, when you place your purchase orders, then you have them ship to your residential address, okay? So that's our little workaround that we use right there. Okay, next question. What happens after the 12 weeks? I keep the virtual assistants. Are there any ongoing charges? Okay, another question, and I get this all the time. So I know the program says that it's going to be 12 weeks, but really it does take around 4 months to go through the entire process because for my primary concern is not getting through 12 sessions with you. My primary concern is making sure that we go through this preset curriculum that I've built that's going to take you from A to Z in all parts of your business. Further, if you do hire your own virtual assistant as part of the program, it's going to take more than 4 or 6 weeks to train that person. And you may not be ready to hire that virtual assistant until your second month into the process. So I find it usually lasts around 4 months. To answer the questions about do you keep the VAs? Well, it'd be wonderful if you could, but the VAs are actually part of our internal team. And after our time working together, you can either continue to use their services at a reduced rate. You can hire your own virtual assistant, which again, as part of the program, we will actually find and train those assistants for you as part of the program. They'll work side by side with our team. Or you can use all the systems and processes that we use our virtual assistants to continue to manage the business on your own. All your choice, and we've got lots of time to worry and think about that. And what I want to say here, what I want to stress the most is that there are no rules here, okay? We just do our best to support you after the program. And you just tell me how you would like to structure the relationship after that 12-week/4 month period, and we will do the best to support you, okay? All right, next quick question. If I pay your team to scan the price lists, can I have you use your subscription of Wholesale Inspector? All right, as you can see, I didn't modify the questions here. So the answer to that is quick. You do not need your own Wholesale Inspector account during the time that we work together. Our team is going to use our Wholesale Inspector account. Now, if you have your own account, great. We'll use yours instead, whatever is easiest. But if you use our account, that will save you $99 per month, okay? Next question. What method do we use to account for the hourly work, if any? So it's a good question because the team does track all of their time throughout the project, all the time that they're working with your business, and we use Google Sheets. But that said, even though the team's actually tracking their time, all of their services are included in this package deal. So you don't have to worry about how much time they're spending. For the 3 or 4 months that we work together, they're going to just keep working on your business. Again, they do keep track. We use Google Sheets, but we're not tracking that against anything because, again, it's all included in this package deal. Next question. I know I am currently gated in toys and groceries. I have sold in these categories in the past, but I am gated currently. So I'm considering having your team focus on some of the other spreadsheets first, likely with an emphasis initially on topical suppliers. All right, first of all, we have a manual ungating SOP that the team follows for gated products and product categories. So the team is accustomed to this process. If you want them to get ungated in toys or groceries, then we will go through that SOP and work with you to get that process done. Furthermore, regarding topicals specifically, this is actually one of the areas that we will focus on as well. It's actually built into the program. So we will definitely be working on getting this category ungated, okay? Next question, when hiring a virtual assistant down the road, how many hours do they tend to work to keep them interested and make their commitment worth it to them as well as myself, and at what pay rate do you typically pay them? Okay, so there's a few questions in here. I mean, this is a very common question. We get it all the time. And what I'd like to say is, depending on the amount of activity in your wholesale business, you may wish to start with a part-time or a full-time, okay? It depends on basically how much resources you have to dedicate. And I don't mean resources as in, how much money you have to pay your VA. If you're only shooting for, say, high four figures or a low five-figure business, then maybe one part-time VA would be enough. But I would also like to say that we always have backup projects that we train the team to work on. It's kind of like their default go-to to ensure that they're always keeping busy. And for FBA wholesale, that's always the supplier outreach process. So after they finish managing all of your inventory, there's no issues with their Seller Central account, and they've analyzed all of your spreadsheets for potential profitable products, then the default is they always go to supplier outreach. So even if you had a full-time VA, you're concerned you won't have enough work for them, we always make that the default, okay? So they're always keeping busy. As in terms of what pay rate do we typically pay them, we regularly find VAs for $2 an hour. And the typical training time, anywhere from 2 to 4 months, depending on prior experience, to train them all the 3 pillars of the wholesale model. And for more information on the 3 pillars, please see my video from last week, because I went into that in depth into the beginning of the presentation. Okay, and last question, and I did get this a few times, so I had to think about this for a while. I'm interested, but coming up with $2,500 is a little much for me right now. Can you do something less? So the answer is yes. We haven't done this before, but because we've been asked several times now, we are offering, for the first time ever, a 3-pay or a 3-payment plan. So the plan is this. You pay $997 today and just 2 more payments of $750 each, okay? No ridiculous finance charges that everybody else is charging. I just think that's a bunch of horse manure. If you're ready to do this, we will meet you halfway and do everything we can to bring you across the finish line, okay? So it's going to be the same amount of money whether you pay 1 pay or you do the 3-payment plan. I'm going to have an extra link down here below to get started with that initial payment, okay? And again, no finance charges. I think that's just a bunch of marketing horse, you know what. We just want to get you in the program. We want to work together. And once we start working together, then you're going to quickly see the value of what we're doing, all right? Okay, so here's a brief slide just about the total value. Remember, we talked about this a lot in the last video, what you're going to get. So I'm not going to go into any depth here, but the core program is the 12 one-on-one coaching calls, the 12 weeks of done-for-you virtual assistant team support. We're going to open around 100 new supplier accounts for your business, all the money you're going to save on software licenses, the training materials, SOPs. I think last I looked, we had 53 of them, and that was 2 weeks ago. So that's continuing to grow. And of course, the 8 bonuses, which are just like crazy. And you have to look at the previous one for that, because they're just like, they're worth a lot, all right? And of course, if you still have questions, I want you to email me directly, okay? Because the majority of the questions we received over the past week are for general questions. But if you have any additional questions that are specific to you or your business, just email me directly at kevin@wholesalesuppliercentral.com with a detailed email, and I will get back to you ASAP, okay? We're trying to close this round down so we can get to work on everybody's businesses. So we don't want to keep this going on forever. And there, of course, is a Calendly link if you just want to book some time on my schedule directly, okay? So once again, I just wanted to highlight that this massive bonus that I'm including with the first 10 people, and that is this our entire database of 35,000 suppliers. I mean, you'll save thousands of hours now, because instead of looking and searching for suppliers, all you have to do is just contact the ones on our list. Just tap into our database of suppliers. We've sold this in the past. We're including it in this round. I just wanted to highlight that as well. Getting close to the end here. And here's, of course, Here's the sign up page where you can go watch the video. We're on this page right now if you're watching this. If you still have questions, there's the detail, the contact information. And before I let you go, I wanted to leave you with two final thoughts. And I've been thinking about this a lot, especially as I work through all of the responses from the last video, the first video I sent out. And that is, the first thought is, we're the only done-for-you option for Amazon available on the market. All these do-it-yourself courses, all they give you is information, and then you're left to figure out all the other stuff on your own, okay? You don't have someone that you can talk to directly, or you're talking with a support team in goodness only knows where, and you don't have any virtual assistants to do it. So you're overwhelmed by not just what you need to do, but how am I going to do this? And the worst part is, where am I going to find the time? So with this done-for-you option, we've tried to take all that stuff away, okay? So we're giving you the blueprints, we're giving you the team. I don't know what else we can do, except for I just want you to say goodbye to do-it-yourself courses, okay? Just get rid of that out of your life. And then lastly, we're coming out of COVID. We might be going back in with the second round. We all know the effect this is having on the global economy. But regardless of all that, there really has never been a better time to launch and scale your online business like it is right now. But most importantly, I don't want you to get caught again during a recession or economic downturn without your own business, okay? See, the guys that are doing really well right now are all those that started 1 year ago or 2 years ago or more, not last month and not last quarter. They invested when they had the opportunity, and now that they have the extra income, they can buffer their family against the current pandemic. I don't want you to get caught in this situation again, okay? So don't wait any longer. I want you to get started now. And if you're feeling unsure, go for the 3-payment plan. Or email me at kevin@wholesalesuppliercentral.com with your questions or concerns, and I'll respond to you ASAP, okay? This is your time, my friend. Get started now. Click the button below, and I look forward to working with you soon. Take care and stay safe.